Hi, my name is Mike Antonacci. I'm here to help you become the hero God is calling you to be, and I have back pain. This is a reflection and prayer from one of those. So, these past couple weeks, I've gotten cortisone injections in my back because the doctor said, well, you've been to physical therapy, it's helped, it hasn't solved it, so let's see where the root cause of the pain is. So if the injections don't work, it means it's not where we injected. So I got injections into some of the joints in the spine, so lower back, and then a week later, upper. And I knew the only part that I was expecting to hurt was when they inject numbing stuff because it's not numb yet. But then once everything's numb, I'm not going to feel the needle going in. So I go to there and everything is fine, very easy. And the doctors and the nurses mentioned that I was a really easy patient. I'm like, what do you mean? What do most people do? And they're like, well, they scream and holler. They're moving around when we're injecting them. I'm like, that's really bad because there are needles in your back. And they said I was an easy patient and that I had a high pain tolerance. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, whatever, So I'm reflecting on that in prayer. I don't really know why it came up. Part of it is one of the ways I pray it is I use my day as the material of the prayer and see where was God moving in that. And that line, you have a high pain tolerance, stood out for whatever reason. So I'm mulling that over. And then I realized that attacked one of the lies I was believing deep down. And the lie is that I am weak. Oh, look at everyone else. They're not showing pain. They're actually feeling as much as you are, but they're not showing it, so you shouldn't either. Which is actually totally untrue. Other people do not have these same various pain things. They can stay standing for an hour and not hurt, for example. So it's totally untrue, and I can tell myself it's untrue, but still there's that lie of you're weak, you're a failure, you're a pansy, all of that stuff. But that line, you have a high pain tolerance, what that told me as I'm mulling it over is, that means if I'm hurting, I'm hurting. Oh, so maybe if someone else had the same level, this would be really debilitating for them, but I can bear it more. Interesting. And then in that moment, that's when God poured his consolations in that, I am not weak. I do not have to refuse to show things like that. Whoa. When I tell myself stuff like that, it doesn't have any effect. But when God tells me something like that, yeah. And so it was this is the coolest moment in prayer, for the past few months, was that moment right there. That I do not have to compare myself to other people. That, what I'm bearing is different from other people. Other people, a lot of you watching, probably don't have physical pain, but you probably do have some sort of, mental or emotional pain, whether it's diagnosed, some sort of mental thingy, or just the regular doldrums of everyday life. You do not have to compare yourself to anyone else. You do not have to bear it and not show it and pretend to be normal and all of this stuff. Your load is different. Your burden is different than other people. So take consolation in that, although me telling you that rather than God telling you probably won't have the same amount of effect. I wasn't originally planning on sharing this next part because it wasn't related to the prayer thing, but I just thought of it right now. So I'm taking a prayer class at my parish, and one of the things the priest was talking about, I don't even remember what context, but he said that when he was living in Italy, if a woman's husband dies, she'll wear black in mourning for a year. And part of that is, it means that she doesn't have to act normal in public. They'll see that she's wearing black and say, oh, she's in mourning. She is grieving very tremendously. She can break down crying in public and everyone's totally okay with that because they don't expect her to be normal because by her wearing black is showing, she is in mourning. We don't have similar things here. We expect everyone to be normal, which I don't think is necessarily a good thing. But anyway, that was a tangent. I just wanted to share that. This is an example of what can happen in prayer. Like I've said in the other versions of this video where I share prayer things, most of my prayer times are not this grandiose or direct or whatever, but I do like sharing when I have it. So P.S. Be a hero today.